Okay, let's create our first project plan. To start the project plan, you need to have a list of activities which needs to be done. That's called a work breakdown structure. It's of course crucial that you have the definite list of all the things that need to be done. If you don't have that list, you can't do an accurate cost calculation. And of course you can't have an accurate project plan. So your first challenge is come up with a list of activities to be done. Use a combination of techniques to construct that list. You could, for example, do a brainstorm with your team. Let every individual think about all the tasks that need to be done. Write them down. Assemble all those lists. Remove the doubles. Group things. Place them in a logical order. And that should help you into creating a work breakdown. Or you could have a peep at similar projects, of course. Or you could talk to senior people who have maybe already done this type of project. Talk with your analyst, your designer. When you are structuring your work breakdown structure, get inspiration from this sequence. You will probably find this sequence back into your plan. It starts with analyzing what is needed. Assume our project is building an office building. Well, in analysis you will talk with the buyer and you will try to understand what are the requirements for that office building. For example, you want an open space type of office. Okay. You want a cafeteria. You want a garden, etc., etc. You want meeting rooms. So what is needed? Then the architect will design the building. Then construction work will start and the building is constructed. After a year the building is finished and everything is inspected for faults. And then the building is used, it's operated. And it will probably require maintenance. So this is a fairly typical cycle for a project plan. Often project plans will stop just after the test phase. Because operations, that's not part of the project anymore. That's when the project is finished, actually. Okay, let's try to do this now for our gas station application. So, I fired up Gantt project. We have defined our properties and our calendar. So it's time to enter the work breakdown structure. You can do it in different ways. You could, in this left pane, hit right mouse click. And this will give you a pop-up with new task. And okay, you have your task. Give it a name. Now it's a good idea, good practice to name your very first task always begin. So I will do that. Then you could also do Ctrl+T for a new task. I will start with an analysis. And do again Ctrl+T. And let's say that the first activity within my analysis is a market survey to see what the needs are with petrol station owners and with consumers related to petrol station marketing and finding the right petrol station. let's determine the requirements by talking to those prospects, those users. Then we can go to the design phase. So now we will be designing how this app should look like. Let's design, for example, the user interface. Let's design let's build a prototype. So a prototype which just has the look and feel of the app, but it's actually not operational. So it's just a mock-up with different screens, so we can get feedback from end users and from the customer on what should change in the user interface. We will need a backend. Well, our app will have to collect in real time the prices from petrol stations. So the app will have to talk somewhere to a server environment in the cloud, which has the list of all the petrol stations and their actual pricing and their geographical location. So yeah, we need to design a backend server infrastructure. And we probably also need to design some digital marketing components into the solution. Digital marketing algorithms. Okay, that's our design. If our design is finished, we can start building it. So, implementation. And so you need to build the user interface. You need to build the backend. You need to build the marketing components. Okay. Then we can test. And in testing, we could, for example, start with internal testing within our company. I mean, the very first release of software is often quite crappy. It's full of bugs. It's not something you want already to show to end users. So let's play it safe and do first some internal testing to guarantee a minimum quality. So we have internal testing. And after the testing, you need some time to implement the corrections. So you get feedback, and yeah, your programmers need to correct it. So implement corrections. And then we will do external testing. And then we will do the corrections, which are the feedback from the external testing. Implement external feedback. And this is the end of our project plan. Thanks for watching.